Hello, Bucknutters, and welcome into the Morning 5 on Wednesday, May 28th, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. On today's show, we'll talk about the departure of Jamal Marcus being official and what that means for Ohio State going forward. We'll talk about the attrition from Ohio State's 2012 recruiting class. We'll get the latest on the Shaun Crawford recruitment from Bill Kurelic. And we'll talk about the Buckeyes landing their third commitment in their 2015 recruiting class, quarterback Joe Burrow. Junior defensive end Jamal Marcus is transferring from Ohio State's team, as we told you on yesterday's show. And since yesterday's show aired, Ohio State confirmed that Marcus would be leaving. However, OSU is saying it's a mutual decision. However, breakups are never mutual, and this one is no different. Several sources tell us this is anything but a mutual decision. This was Marcus getting kicked off the team. And we're hearing it was not just due to poor grades. So with Marcus gone, look for redshirt freshman Tyquan Lewis to get first crack at the starting job while junior Noah Spence serves the final 2 games of his suspension. Also in the mix for playing time will be senior Steve Miller and Rashad Frazier, as well as true freshman Jalen Holmes. The Buckeyes are fortunate to have quality depth at that rush end position. Unfortunately, the departure of Marcus means that a total of 8 players from Ohio State's 2012 recruiting class have left the program a little more than 2 years after they signed with the Buckeyes. The list includes Marcus, Savon Pittman, David Perkins, Joey O'Connor, Najee Murray, Raekwon Southward, Blake Thomas, and Luke Roberts. That's 32% of the 25-man class that's no longer at Ohio State. Urban Meyer did a great job in landing the number 5 class in the nation in 2012, merely 2 months after he was hired, but the attrition from that class is unusually high. Fortunately, there haven't been any big losses yet, though. For example, as much as I like David Perkins, he transferred to Illinois State and had just 21 tackles in 11 games last season. Although, hopefully the loss of Marcus doesn't come back to haunt the Buckeyes, because he did look very good in the Orange Bowl. Now let's go out to the Dean of Ohio State football recruiting, Bill Kurelic. Hey, Dean, what's on your mind this morning?
The importance of the recruiting process can't be overstated with Urban Meyer, and Meyer is definitely very much engaged in the Buckeye recruiting efforts. Case in point was Tuesday night. Meyer was on the phone with 4-star Lakewood St. Edwards cornerback Shaun Crawford. The conversation centered around making sure that Crawford was indeed still going to make his visit to Ohio State this Saturday as planned. Crawford on Tuesday night assured Meyer that he indeed will make the trip down I-71 to Columbus and visit Ohio State on Saturday. He's going to arrive a little bit later than originally planned. Crawford won't get down to Ohio State until Saturday afternoon, but he will indeed definitely make the visit, he told Meyer, and Crawford seems very much looking forward to that visit to Ohio State on Saturday. Crawford, the one-time Michigan commitment, is still considering the Wolverines, but also is looking at Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Miami of Florida. And I, at this point, would not dismiss any of those schools, and Urban Meyer and the Buckeyes will indeed get their chance with Ohio's top cornerback prospect on Saturday when he is in Columbus. And Bucknuts, of course, will have coverage on Saturday.
Thank you, Bill. It sounds like things are trending Ohio State's way in the Crawford recruitment, but I know he's very interested in Notre Dame, too. To read all of Bill's recruiting content, the daily boarding house, and everything else that's premium on Bucknuts, you need to be a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, try our free trial to make sure Bucknuts is giving you everything you want in an Ohio State site. On Tuesday, the Buckeyes landed their third commitment in their 2015 class.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Thank you, Meg. Quarterback Joe Burrow from the Plains High School in Athens, Ohio, is the number 10 dual-threat quarterback in the country, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite, and he pledged his allegiance to Urban Meyer and the Buckeyes yesterday. The 6'4", 205-pound Burrow was the 2013 Gatorade Player of the Year in Ohio when he threw for 3,732 yards and 47 touchdowns. Burrow chose Ohio State over offers from Boston College, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, and many others. This is a very solid get for the Buckeyes, and I know what you're wondering now. How does this affect the Torrance Gibson recruitment? Well, I don't think it affects it at all. I believe the plan all along for the Buckeyes was to take 2 quarterbacks in their 2015 recruiting class if possible. And now that they've landed the in-state stud in Burrow, they will focus on landing Gibson, who's ranked as the number 1 dual-threat quarterback in the country. And not only are the Buckeyes still going after Gibson hard, despite the Burrow commitment, I think there's an excellent chance Gibson will sign with Ohio State. Thank you for joining us for the Morning 5. I hope everyone has a great day.